Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcome into the program. First timer here. He is the executive director of Youth Outdoor Unity. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toriono Bryant is in the building. How you doing, man?
In the building, man. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Good morning.
Good to see you, bro. I understand you came through by way of my guy, Dave Settle, who is a friend to the show, and now he's actually my coworker up here. And so you've got the Youth Outdoor Unity. Tell us about Youth Outdoor Unity and what it is that you all do in your mission.
Well, Youth Outdoor Unity is a community-based program, and that program is to introduce community of youth to careers that are uncharacteristic. Something that they don't see sitting at their table. They might not get it in their classroom. Mm-hmm. And so our goal is to go out throughout the year and find careers that are going to be tangible and transparent for them. And so they might end up being seamstress. NASA used seamstress to build a spaceship. Seamstress help with the satellite. There's fabric on that. Sure, our community probably didn't know that, but that child comes home and say, hey, I'm going to apply for a seamstress at NASA. Don't think he's crazy. So that's what we do.
That was an option. That's very interesting there.
Well, the name of our project is called the Agriscience Tech Trail, and that's what it is within the title. The thing is that we don't have a lot of land for kids to house animals here in our inner city. But what our focus is to help them understand that agriculture doesn't confine them to farming. And so agriculture need tech, but not tech savvy. So we can take kids who are not nerds and turn them into the property that is more essential now, Back in the days, we used to have to go buy real estate and sell it and try to be successful. Now the billionaires are buying intellectual property. That means our kids, all they need to do is focus on being innovative in their minds, and they can become billionaires overnight.
Yeah,
it's not about age anymore.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned you said billionaires are now buying intellectual properties, which in my mind, it can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. Because I'm gonna just speak from my experience, because it may be different in the agricultural science field. For instance, we work in radio, we're in entertainment. I come up with so many great ideas for digital content, and the company here, if I sign my contract that I'm under, I had an issue with one of the clauses that said that they would own the rights to my intellectual property. And I was like, hold on. So I go to my boss, the powers that be, and I'm like, I have an issue with this clause because I'm not going to allow you to own the thing that came from my brain.
Yeah.
It came from my brain, so it's mine. And you're not going to have the rights to that, and I can't do nothing else with it because it came from my brain. If that's the case, then you might as well own my whole body. So, nah. But I don't know if it's a different, way with the
Well, that concept of thinking is reachable. It's something that a person with that type of intellectual property have to understand, because if a person was until they learn the business, if a person was coming up with their own song or like a Old Time Road, I mean, all that's intellectual property. He found a hit beat and he would sell it, but then he signed on to a record label. So there's always going to be some interaction in your ideas, but and we're not structured for you to give that up. But the thing about it is to focus on opportunities. And so, and it's not just agriculture. Your ideal is going to involve other opportunities, and our younger ones that's coming up there's going to be jobs that they haven't developed yet, that hadn't been developed yet. And so with your ideal, it's going to produce other opportunities for other people. Again, I think you made the right comment as far as saying you didn't want to give up ownership. Yeah. And so, again, we have athletes who sit out until the contract is done properly. So that's good information to give to our ones. You have people that sit out until things that are within tangible reach, you know, that they can actually understand, and sometimes they sit down with their family members and whatsoever. But the whole thing about this is to provide opportunities for our youth that can build our community. A lot of times what we see is kids or youth, people decide to leave their community because of hardship. They've experienced so much hardship when they were young. They're going, I'm getting away from here. And they might move to Atlanta, might move somewhere, nothing against Atlanta. But the thing about it is, how can we build the capacity here for students to come back and impact our community, the community that they were raised in, the neighborhood that they were raised in, open up a business that's striving. And so intellectually, again, agriculture, sometimes we run from that because we go, that's farming.
Right.
You know, but it's not just farming, because you need someone to do tech, data. Okay. And there people, you might see it now, but there's not very many people driving tractors anymore. They're actually sitting from their office and watching the tractors. They're using drones to crop the fields now.
Wow. Yeah. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Toriono Bryant, Executive Director of Youth Outdoor Unity. And I'm so glad that that we're talking agriculture and you getting the kids hip to that, which I think is amazing. But I saw an article that was written by the Atlantic magazine, and they were talking about how 1 million black farmers were robbed of their livelihood. I don't know if you're familiar with this story. They're saying that how they investigated like this war waged by deeds of title that dispossessed black agriculture landowners of millions of acres. Are you familiar with that? Have you heard
I'm not
that?
exactly familiar with the actual story, but
it's happening, huh?
You know, I always look at things like that, and I try to create what I say an adverse effect. And so, you know, every road we go down are going to have some bumps and bruises. And again, I don't think that story, to me, just started. There are things that were lost due to with our hands involved many years ago, ancestors and things of that nature. And so again, and I don't think it's going to stop at the very moment. But what does that is, if we go into our schools, if we go into and use the platform that 97.9 The Box have to bring intelligence, then it develops a whole system that will protect us from these downfalls. Again, our youth are looking for a platform. Millennials, they don't deal with a lot of paperwork, and they use the social media in the sense to expose what they believe in. And so that's what I try to get them to, you know, to get something that's tangible that they can believe in themselves. And they want to be that leader, you know, that leader. And so it's not just being an attorney today. It's not just being, you know, an officer. Those things we see and we love. All of my great friends are attorneys. A lot of them, not all of them, but are officers. But our kids are seeing so many other tangible careers that they're going, you know, I can be someone just from getting up in the morning and looking on my phone, you know, they don't put that down. And I can look at this and create something innovative that an officer or an attorney could use. I can take my attorney friends now, or my mom's friend who's an attorney, and I can put all of her content into an app. Okay. And I can, and think about it. We deal with it every day. Facebook doesn't own content. Uber doesn't own cabs.
Right.
Amazon
doesn't own
any business, and Amazon doesn't own a product. You know, they use a storage for what you return. Yeah. You know, we see it daily.
Yeah.
And so why our focus is within this program is to develop equity and to provide quality STEM education and go beyond that in agriculture and other sectors.
Well, I love it because that's you're right about the millennials and the Gen Zers.
Gen Zers, yes.
They're entrepreneurs. They're finding a need and creating a service for that need, and they are making money on their own terms. Is there, in terms of Youth Outdoor Unity, like for those that are listening, like, well, hey, this could be my child. You may not be, the brightest bulb in the pack, but he's got a lot of skills and might be interested in your program. How can folks sign up? Where do they need to go to get more information?
Okay, so
Youth Outdoor.
And again, that child that might feel they don't have that skill, that's what we're going to do to draw those skills out. We're going to provide. We have a 9-day project called the Agriscience Educational Trail. It's a 9-day event. And you can go all 9 days. Kids, we increase their recreation opportunity. They get to fish, kayak, things we think they do during the summer. This event starts in February. It's February the 15th through the 22nd. Okay. That child would start with kayaking, learning about the ecosystem. They would then go to marine science and learn more about ocean and all of that. We take them from sea to land, and from there they would go to we go to Texas A&M. So they go on a college tour. Then we go to Space Center Houston. They visit NASA. They're gonna code.
Toriono, this sounds like something I want to go to.
Man, so but you can and cutting that off. Go to youthoutdoorunity.org. And we're going to list the entire Agriscience Trail there. You can also hit us up on the Twitter. We are youth_outdoor at youth_outdoor, and we're at Taste of Agri. So that's Taste of AGRI, and we have a Facebook at Taste of Agriculture.
Man, this is amazing. Toriono Bryant, Executive Director of Youth Outdoor Unity. Visit the site youthoutdoorunity.org and follow them on all the social media platforms. Listen, when it comes closer to February, I would love to have you back so you can.
Man, I tell you what, why don't we keep a relationship with the community on September the 13th? Mm-hmm. Local Foods. Downtown is going to allow us to do a meet and greet there starting at 5:30 to 8:30. We have a meet and greet at Local Foods. They're giving us the entire restaurant. It's a fundraiser there. You meet all our partners. You can stay involved, learn about what our destination is. We're in the schools. We work with partnering with the school districts, becoming vendors. But on September the 13th at 5:30, we're having an after 5 meet and greet. And we're calling, our U of H alumni, Texas A&M, our community advocates, yourself, 97.9 The Box, to be there to support that cause. We're looking to have at least 60 to 100 people show up there to support this cause of making change in our community.
Well, we definitely need it, and I thank you for coming on. Toriono Bryant, Executive Director of Youth Outdoor Unity. Man, thank you for coming on.
Man, thank you for having me in Houston. Love you.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming two fellas in the building. First timers here, but we're about to make it do what it do as we get ready for back to school. He is the founder of the Boykins Youth Foundation. My guy, Chris Boykins, is in the building. How you doing, man?
What's going on?
And we also got Rock. Rock is in the building as well. How you doing, G?
Good. How you?
I'm doing good. I ain't got no complaints here. So tell us about BYE. How you've been doing this for quite some time, G?
Yeah.
Tell us how it all came about. How you came up with the Boykins Youth Foundation?
Well, the Boykins Youth Foundation started off as a football camp at U of H. It went from a football camp to I forgot about the little girls, man. So the cheerleaders was out there cheering. So I was like, man, we have to get somebody out here for the girls too. So I ended up reaching out to some people that knew, anything about cheering. So I was like, hey, can y'all come, help us out?
Because that's just as athletic and as dangerous as the football.
Absolutely.
Right?
But I didn't realize that many little girls was going to come. We had about 60 little boys, and then they all had sisters. So we had about 30 or 40 little girls standing to the side. So I was like, man, I got to get somebody out here for these girls because they just standing over there having fun. So got some cheerleaders out there, and they helped me, and then it just kind of grew from that point. I didn't know that it was going to get where it was going to get today because I really didn't have a true direction. I just wanted to do some camps and mentor to some young men, and called some of my old athlete friends, and y'all come out and let's work with these guys. And next thing you know, we're here today in 4 after-school programs around the Houston area.
That's what's up. Where are they at?
We're at Whitby Elementary, Sunnyside area, South Union. We're in Foster Elementary. We're also at Pilgrim Elementary, and we're at Cunningham Elementary this year.
Damn, that's dope. So Rocky, you was just along for the ride, huh? You saw the need and was like, yo, let me help my G out.
Well, he's a good friend of my barber shop. I'm a barber, and I own AJ's Barber and Beauty shop on Reed Road, by the Jack in the Box, and he was a long-time customer, and we had the same thing. We had kids coming in there with issues as far as their parents can't afford to send them to school and afford the day-to-day bills. These are working class poor, what we call working class poor, and I reached out to him, and he made it happen. And we pulled with Fred Weary of the Texans, one of the first Houston Texans draftees, and we just made it happen from there.
Yeah. And so y'all got a big event, and it's coming up on Wednesday. It's the 5th annual back to school drive at Worthing High School. And AJ, y'all gonna be providing haircuts and all that. We're gonna
be do a little bit more than that. Actually, a lot more than that. We're doing uniforms. We're doing socks. We're doing underwear. Shout out to Paul at Active Athlete. He's partnered with us this year. Also, Sam from Suits You. He's partnered with us this year. They saw a need as we saw, that we need to get these kids off and safe, clean, and happy with as little problems to the parent as we possibly can. Let's make a community effort to do this.
Yeah, I like the name of your organization, Rockin' Hood.
Right.
How did you come up with that? Or when did you come up with that? How long has Rockin' Hood been?
I'm from the hood, it's just like Robin Hood.
Right.
Right, Robin Hood. So it's Rockin' Hood. We get from the well-to-do, and we give to the have-nots in the hood. Yeah. So that's it.
What's the motivation behind that? Because everybody got a reason, like a why. I know that it's important. Did something happen to y'all that make y'all want to give back as hard as y'all do, or you just saw the need and was just like, this is some messed up situation. Like, let me step in and see what I can do, or help out as much as I can.
I mean, for me, I used to be one of those kids. I'm the kid that did, and I just felt like, if I'm giving to those kids, I'm giving back to myself. And being able to help out some of these single moms and these working class families, that actually work, they just can't make ends meet. And how hard it is, you think that you get money every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, and you think that money's gonna last, and then you got boom, school, right. And they don't have enough, and that's where we come in.
Yeah. Yeah, you're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Rock from Rockin' Hood and AJ's Barbershop, and also Chris Boykins from the Boykins Youth Foundations. The 5th annual Back to School drive is happening on Wednesday. Y'all, man, that's a lot. Like, a kid can come and get the whole stop shop for that first week. Haircut, uniform, socks, underwear, all of that. Like,
also, we doing female styles. We're not leaving the girls out.
Leaving the girls out. Okay.
We're not leaving the girls out. We have male and female kids, school-age kids. We're taking care of them.
Yeah.
We have some of the best braiders, stylists, and barbers in the city out volunteering their time, giving their time for free. This is a free event for the city, not just Sunnyside or whatever. We have people coming from as far as Atascocita and Conroe, and we take care of everyone.
Yeah, for sure. What has been? I know you got some success stories. Has anybody, like, after you did the services, any of the kids ever come back and was like, "Man, Mr. AJ or Mr. Rock, I appreciate you doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because that made me want to, or this happened because of this.
I mean, we always have. I mean, my thing is these grandmothers, and how, we got a lot of grandmothers out there with, certain life circumstances that for whatever reason they're taking care of their children's children, and they're happy and they don't know how they're gonna do it because a lot of times they got 3 or 4 of their kids and they're very happy. That's better for me, and just seeing these kids, because you guys that actually come out, J-Mac, he comes out and he's part of, and they're excited about seeing 97.9 The Box and Magic 102, and everybody comes out and showing love like that, and they don't get to see these people from the neighborhood,
like them,
that look like them,
good things,
doing good things and reaching out to them. They only hear you guys' voices, and they don't get to see your faces, and they're excited about that. And just something positive instead of seeing all this other stuff that's happening to us in the streets. They get to see people. They get to see doctors that look like them. They get to see nurses that look like them, authors, and as well as barbers. And my man right here, he owns a gym, so they get to see that kind of stuff. Positive people that have made it and they're giving back, and hopefully they pay it forward as well.
No doubt. Chris, man, first of all, I'm glad you mentioned that. You got a gym. Where the gym at, G? I can come through and get a good workout in one time.
5110 Ashbrook.
Okay.
So we're right over here by Bel Air area. Glory Fitness. I feel like it's one of the top fitness studios here in the city. We like saving people's lives and changing lives. So, we but like to piggyback off of what Rock is saying, man, the thing that touches my heart every year is to see the positive energy in the room.
Yeah.
All the kids, they're so excited. Sometimes they have to stand outside. It's hot. They're so excited to come in because they know what happened the year before last. And every year is just getting better and better, bigger and bigger, and stronger and stronger.
Wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that I was there
last
year
you were there.
J-Mac. It's all coming back to me like, wait a minute, hold on.
We were at the church.
We were
at the church.
Yeah. We were there.
So just the excitement, the energy, you saw it when you all walked in the room.
Yeah.
The dynamic, because you just never know who's going to walk in there. From people from the city of Houston, you have cops that come in there.
Yeah.
And it's just so much excitement and so much energy in the room. We just want everybody to come out.
Now that I'm thinking, like, everything is coming back to me. That was an incredible day.
Yeah.
Feel that energy because it's going to be happening again on Wednesday. So say the day. When does school start for HISD?
It starts on that Monday, the 26th.
Oh, okay. Y'all right on time.
Yeah.
And then Chris, y'all just had a big health and fitness expo. How did that go down?
this past Sunday we had a fitness expo in 3rd Ward at Emancipation Park.
Yeah.
Glory Fitness took over. We had some phenomenal people on the stage. We had some great vendors. And next year, every year you do something, you want to make it better than the year before. So, that was the first Boykins Youth Foundation and Glory Fitness event. So we're gonna put another one on next year, and we're gonna make it big and better next year. And I'm gonna try to make sure that it's not on the same weekend as the convention for the
And I'm gonna make sure that you get on early so we can talk about that as well. But I'm glad that we got the back to school job. Where's it gonna be, Rob?
We're gonna be at Evan E. Worthing, right there on Scott and Reed Road, right there on the corner of Scott and Reed Road. This is our first time there, and Dr. Campbell Roan was good enough to, gracious enough to allow us to come in, and she gave us full reign of the school with no problem, and I'd like to thank her as well. And I just want to let everyone know, you like I said, you think about the working class poor. Rent is 5 days away from back to school, and you might think that people are working and they're making money and they don't have an excuse not to have the money. And, you got a lot of single moms, dads, with it, and working, like I just said, working class poor and grandmothers that are getting 1 check a month, and they got to make it stretch for the whole month. So when you when you get your mind to thinking about money and what people are doing with their money, just think about that. A lot of people can't make it from the 26th when school starts to the first.
Right.
When rent's due, and you have car note insurance if you have that, and as well as utilities. So just think about them. Be mindful of them when you talk about people working and not having for the kids. And so 5 days later from school,
nice,
is rent.
Yeah, that's real, man. And people don't understand the struggle. You don't know, or you don't care until it happens to you.
Absolutely.
Until it affects you.
Absolutely.
So I'm loving what y'all doing. Chris, what y'all got up next over there, BYE? BYF, excuse me.
Right now, all our attention right now is on the back to school drive. We want to make sure that we don't turn any kids down. One thing that I do want to suggest to all the parents to make this day flow, make sure you wash your kids' hair. Boys and girls, because we know these boys like to wear their hair, old school and wild and whatever. Just please wash it, because it makes it easier for the barbers and the stylists to get in that head and get them out of the chair, because we're going to have so many
And fellas,
people.
it makes your cut look crisper.
Correct.
A
Absolutely.
lot more crispy and clean. And that line will go a long way when it's washed versus when it's not.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt. So parents, hey, remember that. Make sure that your kids' hair is washed, girls and guys. Anything else they need to know? Come early.
Yeah, come early, come prepared to wait. We will have snacks on deck, and we will be serving breakfast and lunch and stuff like that. But just come prepared for wait, and be courteous with each other if you want. And we're still taking donations.
Yeah.
And we're absolutely taking volunteers. So if anyone wants to come out and volunteer, you can contact me at 713, text please, 713-703-2210. That's 713-703-2210. My name is Rock, and I'd be glad to have you if you want to drop off some supplies or underwear or socks or uniforms. New, please. We all know how the uniforms look after washing a couple of times. We don't want you cleaning out your closet and bringing it to the kids that don't have. Please don't do
all
that.
That faded navy in the pants.
Right.
Bring some new ones.
Bring some new ones, please. If it's just a pair of pants, we'll take it. That's one kid we don't have to turn around. So we're taking everything. But if you want to join with us, we're still taking, if you have any organizations or foundations that would like to partner with us, either this year or in the future, you can reach out as well.
No doubt. So volunteers, donation, reach out to Rock 713-703-2210, 713-703-2210. And also log on to the Boykins Youth Foundation's website. That's boykinsyouth.com, boykinsyouth.com. But more importantly, say the date for Wednesday, the 21st, from 9 until 5 at Wortham for the 5th annual Back to School Drive. Free haircuts and hairstyles. Kids all ages, parents, you ain't got to worry about nothing. We just asking that you bring the kids and make sure that their hair is washed. All right? So, gentlemen, hey, thank y'all for coming on. Listen, and I want you to know, open invitation to this platform this show. Like, whatever y'all got going on, community-based, like I told y'all before we started, like that's why I use this platform. So
Absolutely.
Whatever it is, bro, just reach out. I'm easy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston. For listening to Access Houston. For listening to Access Houston. For listening to Access